Hey everybody, got myself a new bike. I got the X3, the clean, and the short version, which is 1070. I really wanted to try a shorter bike because a lot of the top guys are going shorter bikes. Not really quite sure on what stem to go. I had on, when I started today, a 165 by 25, but the bar was in this crazy angle and I was like hitting myself off of this. So I threw this on, forgot to bring headset spacers, but I was able to at least do some rear wheel pedal kicks to kind of get an overall feel of the bike. I got to be honest, in all of my years of having many different bikes, this bike has probably been the most challenging to put together. Lots and lots of issues. For some reason, Clean decided to change the spacing. So instead of it being your standard, as you can see from my Vee Brake adapters, there's no slots, it's exactly straight holes. 45 millimeters, they went with 40 millimeters. You can see the difference here on how high this is to this part, but how much of a gap there is there. It's not the proper spacing. Also, you can kind of see that the mounts, or the holes, if I line it up correctly, are too high. So the pads want to hit half the tire and half the rim. I was able to use these adapters that allow it to go down a bit lower, but you know, when you have a rim like this, which is like the #/clean rim, you know the H is more towards the bottom, and that's where it's going to be the stiffest. So you want your pads to be obviously where it's going to be more stiff. But because of this adapter, because of this issue, I can't run Vee brakes on the back. I have no adapters at all, and I have 6 different adapters. None of them are compatible with this setup. Possibly the Tardy bike one, if I grind the groove bigger, potentially I can maybe make that one work for Vee Brake. The reason I like running Vee Brake, that was a fast car, is there's no maintenance. It just works, and you know, every once in a while you get a bit of gunk in the cable, you know, that's easy to clean. But I bled these brakes yesterday with a fresh bleed, did the whole system, and already today, 1 hour in, I've had to move the TPA knob. And everything has Teflon tape, every bolt. So there should be no fluid leaking anywhere, but somehow there is a little bit, which is obviously very annoying. Another issue too, if you buy this bike, is that it doesn't take cups in the bottom bracket. The bearings themselves fit in much like an Echo. So it would be like a Spanish style BB. But the problem is they pop in. I had to use a mallet to get them in, but it was one hit both sides and they just plopped in. So I'm not sure how stiff that is, but that can be an issue too. Other than that, I mean, the bike is beautiful. You know, I love Crewkerz. I've had like 6 years of Crewkerz, but there's, well, maybe not 6 because I had to clean carbon for a bit. But anyways, it's just aesthetically a beautiful bike. The frame is heavy as all can be, but it is a beautiful bike. Because it's a 1070, I wanted to try a couple different bars and stems, but I forgot to bring headset spacers. I had 3 different stems, 2 different bars, and no headset spacers. So I can do some pedal kicks on the rear, but that's basically all I'm doing, nothing to front. I had the 165 by 25 and then the Comos bar. It felt okay, but because it was so high, I went to do a hanging hook and I hit my chest, and instantly I was like, all right, let's try something a bit lower. I was hoping that bar would work, but it's just too extreme. Other than that, you know, I got brand new tires at home. I haven't put them on yet, the V tires. Right now I have a brand new Monty, or mostly brand new Monty on the rear, and a very worn out Jitsi. I really like the Jitsis on the front. I actually feel like they are the best front tire, but I am gonna run the V's just because I have a matching set. I don't know how I feel about this fork. So far so good. I had a Likey fork before on my white bike, and that was a flexy piece of shit. You let go of the front brake and the whole thing would flex so much that no matter how high you were, the back tire always hit the ground. All these parts are used, and from my old bike, I have the Industry 9 690 engagement hub that Tardy, bless their hearts, oops, oh, and there we go, customized for me. to fit 120 on my clean. And yeah, so the nice thing is it goes 135 and 120, so it fits both bikes. Anyways, I'm gonna stop talking. This is just a bike video. But yeah, the Crewkerz, the clean is aesthetically absolutely beautiful. But it takes a lot of fiddling around to make it work. And if you have time and tools and so on, you can make it work. If you don't have any of that stuff, it's annoying. Oh, lastly, I'm not going to blame the company I bought the frame from, but when I bought it, it says it doesn't come with a spring tensioner. Well, Clean uses the same tensioner system as they do in their carbon bikes, and it didn't come with that, so I had to use this heatsink tensioner. I actually wanted to use the heatsink tensioner to begin with, but it's not compatible with this setup. Doesn't work. So unfortunately, because they didn't say it didn't come with it, I then had to order it, and it's like a €9 piece that I had to spend €25 to ship here. So that's kind of ridiculous. Obviously, had I known it didn't come with it, I would have just ordered it with the whole bike. With that being said, once again, lastly, beautiful bike. Hopefully soon I'll have Vee Brakes on there. But until then, Magura for now, and we'll see how it goes.